Another quick video working on the slip ring. I've had it for a while, only just started working on it today. Slip ring, if you don't know, is so that wires that plug into the body can stay in one position, and then the wires that go up into the dome can spin around in circles without getting tangled. So that's the black piece you see on this white mounting piece. The white mounting piece has a place for captive square nuts on each side. The dome motor mount has two holes, so bolts go in the bottom of the motor mount up into this white piece, into the captive nuts to hold this steady. The reason this is a separate piece is because there's a couple different diameter slip rings you can get, and so I can't remember the diameter of this one, but this is the one that fit the slip ring that I bought. This is how I attached the slip ring to it. I don't know if it's intended to be sandwiched in between, but this just seemed to work the best. Is I just put the slip ring on top of this top bracket, marked a hole there, and drilled and put some self-tapping screws in. The flange has 3 holes. This one, though, I can't use because it's only partially on the bracket and the rest of it overhangs, but that's not a problem. 2 screws will definitely keep the bottom piece from moving. So then it gets bolted there, and these wires will go over here and connect to something that's called a mag tag, which is a magnetic mount that you connect your wires to. And then the other half of the mag tag, it's a 2-piece system. There's the one piece that it's a circuit board that goes into a 3D printed piece that you can attach to this cross beam, and then the other part of the mag tag is another circuit board that you attach to these wires that correspond and go up into the dome. And the reason it's called mag tag, mag for magnetic, is that this piece is bolted here permanently, and it has 2 magnets on it, and it's got one of the 2 sides has spring-loaded contacts, electrical contacts for wires. The other piece that goes up to the dome has 2 magnets on it. And so when you hold your dome with your 2 hands, instead of having to have a third hand, somebody help you plug an actual connector into this that goes into the dome and then let you lower the dome. This lets you just hold the dome above with the short pigtail with the other end of the mag tag with magnets on it. And you just kind of move your dome until that wire gets near the other part of the mag tag, and the magnets will snap on, and that makes the push pins make connection so that the wires down here on this piece of the mag tag are making electrical connectivity with the other half of the mag tag that goes up to the dome. So I don't have a mag tag yet. The guy that makes them is actually, I believe, in Washington State. I sent him a message asking if he'd be at the Northwest R2 Builders Group meeting this weekend. Since I'm going, I could save a couple bucks on shipping. Messaged him on astromech.net and haven't heard a reply, so it's not a big deal because I wasn't planning on getting this set up before the meetup, primarily because the dome that I'm bringing to the meetup is not my permanent dome, and just the fact that my body Arduino circuit board is inside the body, or sorry, the control system I'm using is called Shadow. It utilizes PCBs called Arduino boards. So they're Arduino-based boards that have pinouts for this particular application. And they typically come in a master and a slave or multiple slaves. So normally you put the master and a slave in the dome, and they control the dome lights and the dome servos if you have the panels in the dome that open and close. And then it has a wire that goes down to the MP3 trigger sound device to trigger audio. And in this way, the master and the slave that are in the dome can control the lights and the audio so they can have sync. So the lights and servos in the dome can do things in sync to the sound effect that's currently playing. So I currently have a master just on my electronics board here in the body. And if I was to get this slip ring set up where I'm passing power from the body, the large 12-volt batteries, up into the dome, then I would probably have to move the master Arduino up into the dome with the slave to control, like I said, the lights in my case, because I have lights in the dome I'm bringing to the show, but not opening panels, so no servos, but it would control the lights. And then I would be all set, but in order to control the servos in the body that open the doors and have the arms come out and the utility arms come in and out, those servos are controlled by a second slave Arduino in the body. So I'd have to move the master to the dome and then get another slave to put in for the body eventually when I'm at that stage. So for right now, I just wanted to show that I'm working on the slip ring. Pretty much everybody knows what it is. This mount is from the Michael Baddeley Mark III files. This motor mount is also, there are different versions of this motor mount, depending on which version of the motor you get. I believe I already did a video that kind of explained what motor I'm using and which one of these motor mount pieces I used. So yeah, just a little video showing that I am working on the slip ring. So the slip ring that you buy can have different numbers of wires and differing gauges. This one is a fairly common one that people get. It has 12 really thin wires, and because you are going to be passing power up into the dome, you don't want to just send power over 2 of these really thin wires. You want to bundle them up so that they can handle more current. So what I just did a few minutes ago is I soldered on an XT60 connector where I have shrink wrapped 5 wires into a bundle and connected it to 1 pin, and then 5 more wires in a bundle all soldered to the other side of the connector. So now this connector, where'd it go? This connector will plug into this right here. Right there, which I have labeled dome power. So this is 24 volts that will be going up to the dome, and then a voltage regulator in the dome will be knocking that down to 5 volts to power the devices in the dome. The other thing I'm going to need, and again, this is when I have the master and a slave in the dome, is it needs to communicate, like I said, to the MP3 trigger so that it can sync the dome lights and servos with the body audio. And I'm not sure if I need a ground and a signal wire for that or not. But as I said, there's 12 wires in this slip ring. So I bundled 10 of them for the power, and then I have 2 more for signal. So I'm thinking that what I'm gonna end up doing is I'll crimp a ferrule or maybe a DuPont, male DuPont pin on the end of this, and hook it into the MP3 trigger right here. Although the wires might be a little bit short and I might have to extend them, but that's the theory, is these two wires will go for signal and ground to the MP3 trigger, and then the other 10, like I said, they're already set up to plug into the electrical panel, and they're removable so that you can remove the electrical panel if you need to work on it and not have to remove the slip ring. And then the slip ring will be zip tied down here for strain relief, and then go into a mag tag where it will also have the same 5 wires for power and 5 wires for ground going into the mag tag, and then the signal and ground wire will go into another one of the connections on the mag tag. Mag tags can be bought on astromech.net forums. If you just go there and search mag tag, you'll find the post that shows the different versions available and a link to his web store where you can buy them. People are also making their own. They get what are called, I believe, pogo pins, which are a similar type deal where there's a spring-loaded pin on one end and the other end just has flat metal pieces. And those, I think, I'm not quite sure how the magnet part, if that's part of it or a separate piece to get them to magnetically attach, but there's other ways to do it yourself if you don't want to buy a mag tag. The mag tag also has a version with, I think it's a 25 pin connector interface board on it. I only need, like I said, I should only need power, ground, and 1 signal and 1 ground, I think. I might be missing something, but I'm hoping that's all I'm going to need. So there are different options out there if you look into that type of stuff. So that's it. Just wanted to show that even though there's a there's a meetup happening this Saturday, it's now Tuesday. I haven't stopped working on it. I'm still working on stuff, which is kind of exciting because it's been a while since I've worked on the electronics. So yeah, I'm watching a lot of videos of people so I can try and remember what I've forgotten since I worked on this stuff. So that's about it for this video.